don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Hey guys, we are back for another video. Make sure you guys hit that like, share, and subscribe button so you do not miss out on another video. And also make sure you enable your bell notifications, okay? Because that's how you're gonna miss out. If you don't have that bell notification enabled, you will miss out. Well, let's jump right into this video, y'all. Now, y'all know I was originally over this puffy stuff, but y'all was like, no, no, no. We're not going to be over it. We're not going to be over it. He need to go to jail. I totally agree. But I also agree that more occurred than we actually know. Now, again, I have Misa on the screen, who is Puffy's baby mama. Y'all gonna say that ain't that boy's daddy, that is Wolf's son. I know y'all gonna say that, but listen, we don't know who that boy father is except for the father that's claiming him, which is Puffy. So Misa and Mary J, they homegirls, like they go way back 30 plus years. So what I found out is that they know everything. Not only do they know everything, they were there to witness the beat downs, including Misa getting beat down to the point that they said she ran under a car. Again, her and Mary, they good girlfriends, so they hold the keys to all of this stuff that we just trying to piece together here. But they know. Now, again, I know y'all gonna say that Puffy is not Justin's father. And I was going to talk about that, but I said that's just a little bit too far. I'm not going to be online talking about that's not somebody's father. Now, if Puffy come out and say that ain't his son, that's something different. But to just speculate and be like, this is his daddy, I'm not doing that. But what I really want to talk about is what's really going on. Now, I did some research on Mary, learned a lot of things about Mary. I knew she had been abused. I knew she had went through, some troubled things in her past. However, I did not know Mary had been sexually assaulted starting at the age of 5. Now, that I did not know. I did not know that she had been sexually assaulted from 5 all the way up and through her adulthood. So I didn't know that either, which helped me to understand her a little bit better, because I was like, dang, that is why she picked those men that she picked, because she went through some things. Now, I knew Mary had went through some things, but I didn't know she had went through those things. So let's talk about it. And also with Misa, I didn't know that Misa had been beat, as people are saying that she had been beat. Not only did I not know Misa had been physically assaulted by Puffy, I didn't know that she had been beat to the point where she ran away from him. And I also did not know that Misa had other relationships during the time she was with Puffy with other industry men, such as Suge Knight. So let's talk about it, y'all. So, y'all, let's get into who Misa is in the industry and was in the industry. So, Misa was a stylist. So, I believe she still is a stylist right now. Obviously, she was dating Puffy back then, which gave her the opportunity to be able to style the artist. However, it is rumored that during those beginning stages, she had Justin, which is supposed to be Puffy's son. Now, y'all gonna say his daddy is Wolf, but I'm not listening to y'all, right? Okay, so it was rumored that Puffy was a poor deadbeat in the beginning. Now, I don't remember that. Keep in mind, I only see today they state that he was horrible in the beginning, and maybe, it was because he didn't have the money then. I don't know. But it was rumored that he did not have, well, I shouldn't say he didn't have, but she was struggling. So he wasn't providing the money. So they said Misa was out here hustling. It was rumored that one of the men that she had messed around with was Suge Knight. And I actually just found this out by doing my research. And I think it was Danny Boys. In his interview, he stated that Misa was in a sheet Obviously, she was wrapped up in a sheet. She was supposedly messing around with Suge Knight. So for those of y'all that don't know, girls are always being messy. They will go to your rival, especially if you're a dude, to make you mad. So her and Mary established this friendship because let me just tell you, Misa was being dogged out by Puffy because he wasn't really helping her. And then, Mary was she felt as though she was being dogged out because she wasn't getting the attention that she wanted, right? So we know that they kind of formed their relationship pretty much based on hard times. And we know they saw the big, bad, and ugly because guess what? They are good girlfriends. So we know when Puffy was allegedly beating on her, we know that Mary knew about that. And here are the two together. This was at an event earlier this year. I want to say it was Mary's birthday party. So I just want y'all to know that they are real, real girlfriends. This ain't no fake love. This is real. They go back 30 something years. So I want to pinpoint that before we get into the real meat of this video. So y'all just remember that they real friends. So y'all, let's get into the meat and potatoes. I just wanted y'all to kind of draw the line with how the relationships were. They were close. I remember we are about the same age. Now, I brought out this photo because this is one old photo, just so y'all can see how close they are. I did some research, and in some of the research that I did, again, I learned that Mary had been sexually assaulted for her starting at the age of 5, all up and through adulthood. So that means that when she was, with Puffy and working with Puffy, we know those things happen. I did an interview. Well, I didn't do an interview. I'm sorry. I listened to an interview of what's that boy, Danny Boy, in which no, I'm sorry. It wasn't the Danny Boy interview. I've watched so many interviews. It was Jaguar Wright, where she basically stated that basically Mary had a train ran on her in so many words. Also in Mary's special, I can't remember the name of her special, but she was also asked about, some things that she would want to talk about, some things that maybe happened to her in the past. And she seemed so distraught. So I do believe that something sexually happened to Mary in a bunch of these situations. I believe she was definitely taken advantage of. I mean, if you listen to Jaguar Wright, she stated that Suge Knight was one of the people responsible for her being taken advantage of. In Danny Boy's interview, he talked about how she messed around with Tupac. And then it was, various people or various different artists. And we know how she was treated by that guy on Jodeci. Now, how they kind of link up together, and this was some more information that I learned in my research, is they kind of hooked up, how you had that bestie during hard times. You ain't got no money, they don't got no money, so you just be talking all the time, especially when you're young. But that's how these two kind of linked up, because Misa was going through, for one, her and Puffy's relationship was, back and forth, because Puffy was messing with Misa's friends, some of her friends. And I don't know if you guys know, but Misa and Kim Porter was actually friends. And, it's alleged that Puffy went behind her back and started messing with Misa. But then also he went back behind Misa's back and was messing with Kim Porter. There was a lot of articles at one time out about Kim Porter, and it was during the time they had hooked up. Kim Porter and Puffy had hooked up, and Misa had kind of got upset. She was upset at the point that she said Kim was her friend, and for some reason, I think Puffy had those articles to disappear, because she said Misa said some pretty harsh stuff about Kim. And when I would go back and try to find those articles, I just couldn't find them anymore. But that just goes to show how these people, how they go back. Like they really know each other. So it was alleged that Puffy just wasn't, he wasn't doing, the right thing by his son, or maybe it wasn't his son. I don't know. Allegedly, y'all saying that that's Wolf's son. So I don't know. Maybe that was the reason. Who knows? But it was stated that he was not doing the right thing by Misa, and she was struggling. So somehow her and Mary hooked up, and they went to Suge Knight. Now, for the people that's a little bit older, actually in your late 40s or maybe early 50s or even your late 50s, you know that Suge Knight and what is his name, Puffy, they groups did not get along. Like they was at war. Y'all know that East Coast West Coast stuff. Yep. Yeah, they was at war. So it was stated that they would go and kind of go over there and mess around with them dudes. But allegedly one of the reason is because Misa, was struggling. She trying to take care of her son. She wasn't getting money from Puffy like she probably should have. And then on Mary's defense, Mary wasn't receiving the time or whatever it was that she was trying to get to kind of develop herself. So they were kind of like flip-flopping, messing around with them, and then I'll go back, back where Diddy was. But at the end of the day, y'all, we know that they hold the keys to all of this shit. But is they gonna tell? Hell no. Because Misa know, and definitely Mary know, that he has something to do with Kim Porter's death. And not only that, Andre Harrell, what is his name? Heavy D, Tupac, Biggie, so many more. So no, they're not gonna come out. They're not gonna say anything. From my research, people have stated that Mary is really scared of Puffy. So with all of that stuff y'all been saying about she was pregnant by him, I don't know how y'all expect us to find out, because Mary ain't gonna never speak on that. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, and let me know what y'all want to talk about next. I'll see you in the next video. Talk to you.